My knees feel stiff, but there is no pain. My name is Anna. I am not very old, but I am not very young either. I live in a quiet town where the birds sing in the morning and the air feels clean. Every day, I try to live simply and take good care of myself. Lately, I have noticed something new in my body. My knees. They don't hurt. No, not at all. But sometimes they feel stiff. It's not painful, just a little tight. Like my knees are saying, let us warm up first. I first felt it one morning when I stood up after reading a book on the sofa. I put my feet on the floor and stood slowly. My knees didn't hurt, but they felt like they didn't want to move quickly. I paused, stretched my legs a little, and then everything felt better. It's not pain, I thought, just a little stiffness. Since then, I've learned to take my time in the mornings. I now stretch a little before getting out of bed. I move my legs in small circles, point and flex my toes, and smile. It helps me feel ready for the day. When I walk to the kitchen, I take gentle steps. The floor is cool under my feet, and my knees move better once I've had a few minutes of walking. I've learned to listen to my body. Later that day, I went to the park. I love the park. There are trees, flowers, birds, and people walking their dogs. I usually sit on a bench and watch the world go by. But now, I've started walking slowly around the path. My knees feel stiff at first, but after a few minutes of walking, they start to move better. I tell myself, take it slow, Anna. Your knees just need time. One of my friends, Rosa, noticed me moving slowly and asked, "Are you okay?" I smiled and said, "Yes, I'm fine. My knees are not in pain, just a little stiff." She nodded. "Mine too, sometimes," she said. Stretching helps me. So we started stretching together. Just a few easy moves, touching our toes, gentle squats, and leg lifts. It made our walks feel nicer. We even laughed a little when we couldn't bend as far as we used to. It was fun. It felt good to move. At home, I've made a few changes. I keep a soft mat on the floor where I can sit and stretch. I do light exercises in the morning, nothing too hard, just enough to help my knees feel free. I also learned that warmth helps. On cold days, I wear soft knee warmers or use a warm towel before I go outside. It makes the stiffness go away faster. I drink warm tea, move gently, and enjoy the day. At night, I rest my legs on a pillow. This helps my knees feel comfortable. I also rub them with a little warm oil. It's relaxing. My knees feel soft and calm after that. One day, I talked to a doctor. I told her, "My knees don't hurt, but they feel stiff sometimes." She smiled and said, "That's normal, Anna. As we grow older, joints can get stiff. You're doing the right thing. Gentle movement, stretching, and warmth." I felt happy to hear that. I didn't need any medicine, just care, kindness, and movement. Sometimes, when I talk to other people, I find they feel the same way. Not just older people. Even younger people who sit too long at desks or on couches say, "My knees feel stiff too." So now, I remind my friends, don't forget to move, don't sit too long, stretch and walk. My family laughs and says, "You're like our gentle knee coach." I don't mind. I like helping others. And I've learned something beautiful. When we take care of our bodies with love, they take care of us in return. Some days, I go to the garden and sit in the sun. I feel the light on my face, hear the birds singing, and stretch my legs out slowly. My knees are quiet, not stiff, just peaceful. I whisper, "Thank you, knees. You carry me every day. You help me walk, stand, and move. I'm grateful for you." And it's true. I may feel stiffness sometimes, but I feel strong too. My knees are part of me, and I treat them with care, not frustration. I don't rush anymore. I move gently. I listen to my body. I eat healthy food, drink water, and try to stay peaceful inside. That helps everything. Sometimes I write in my journal, "Today my knees felt a little stiff, but after a slow walk they felt better." I did some stretches with Rosa, and we laughed a lot. I used a warm towel today and it felt so good. I'm proud of my knees. They are strong. These little notes help me stay positive. They remind me that stiffness is not a problem. It's just a sign to slow down and care more. Every day, I learn more about how to care for my knees. They are not in pain, but they still feel stiff when I wake up or sit too long. I don't worry anymore. I just take small steps, stretch, and move slowly. One sunny morning, I got out of bed and stood up. My knees were a little tight again. I smiled and whispered, "Good morning, knees. Let's move gently today." I rolled my shoulders, stretched my arms, and moved my legs a little. After that, walking felt easier. I made a warm cup of tea and sat near the window. I watched the trees move in the wind. My cat, Mimi, jumped into my lap. She purred and rubbed against my hand. I laughed softly. Even Mimi helps me feel calm. After breakfast, I got ready for a short walk. I wore comfortable shoes and loose clothes. I always choose paths that are flat and easy. Today, I walked to a small pond near my house. Ducks were swimming. Birds were singing. The world felt peaceful. As I walked, my knees began to feel better. The stiffness was slowly going away. I said to myself, "This is what my knees like. Slow walking, fresh air, and quiet moments." Sometimes I meet neighbors on my walk. They wave and ask, "How are your knees today?" I answer with a smile, "A little stiff in the morning, but they're doing better now." They nod and say, "Mine too. It's normal as we get older." It makes me feel good to know I'm not alone. So many people understand. We share tips with each other. I do leg circles before I get out of bed. I drink warm lemon water every morning. I use a heat pack when it feels tight. One woman said, "I even talk to my knees and thank them." I laughed and replied, "Me too." In the afternoon, I like to stay active but not too busy. I might cook something healthy, like soup or rice with vegetables. I always stand on a soft mat in the kitchen to help my knees feel supported. I keep moving while I cook, stretching gently and shifting my weight from one leg to the other. My knees like the soft movement. It's like a quiet dance while I stir the soup. After lunch, I rest. I sit with a pillow under my knees and read a book. I don't sit too long. Every 20 or 30 minutes I get up and stretch or walk around the house. I remind myself, stillness brings stiffness. Movement brings ease. Evening comes, and I water my plants. I bend slowly and carefully. I never force my knees to move fast. If I can't reach something low, I use a small stool to sit instead of bending too far. That night, I called my cousin Lisa. She lives in another town. She said, "I heard your knees are stiff sometimes. Are you okay?" I said, "Yes, I'm okay. No pain, just tightness. I take it slow, and that helps a lot." She told me about her yoga class. We do gentle poses that help our knees feel soft and strong. I said, maybe I can try that too. So the next day, I looked up simple yoga for knees online. I found slow, easy stretches. I followed a video and moved along with the soft music. My knees liked it. They felt warm and free after just 10 minutes. I added it to my routine. Now I do gentle yoga 3 times a week. It's become my favorite time of the day. I light a candle, play calming music, and move slowly. My body feels happy. On the weekend, my niece came to visit. She's 10 years old and full of energy. "Auntie Anna, can we go to the park?" she asked. I smiled. "Yes, but we'll walk slowly, okay?" She held my hand and said, "That's fine. We can play slow motion people." We walked like turtles, very slowly, and laughed a lot. Even though my knees were a little stiff, I felt joyful. Her smile made everything easier. She asked, "Do your knees hurt?" I said, "No, sweetie. They're just a little stiff, like waking up from sleep." She nodded. "Sometimes I feel that too after sitting too long." We stretched together under a tree. I taught her to say thank you to her body. We both said, "Thank you, knees." It was a sweet moment. That night, I took a warm bath with Epsom salt. I relaxed and closed my eyes. My knees felt light and soft. After the bath, I put on lotion and wore warm socks. Before bed, I sat quietly and breathed slowly. I placed my hands gently on my knees and said, "You are strong. You are doing your best. I love you." I fell asleep with a peaceful heart. I have learned many things since my knees started feeling stiff. Every day is a new chance to care for them with kindness. There is no pain, only tightness. But this tightness reminds me to slow down, breathe, and move with care. One morning, I woke up early. The room was quiet. The sun had not yet come up. I stretched my arms and moved my legs slowly in bed. I took a deep breath and smiled. "My knees feel a little stiff today," I whispered. "But I will be gentle with them." I sat up and placed my feet on the floor. I did small ankle circles. I moved my legs slowly, one at a time. Then I stood up. My knees were a little tight, but I didn't rush. I walked to the kitchen and made warm water with lemon and honey. It's my favorite drink to start the day. While drinking, I looked out the window. The sky was turning light blue. Birds were flying. The trees danced in the wind. I took another breath and said, "Thank you for this new day." After breakfast, I did my gentle exercises. I used a soft mat and sat on the floor. I moved slowly and carefully. I bent and straightened my legs. I stretched my back. I raised my arms. I listened to soft music while moving. The music helped my heart feel calm, and my knees felt more free after stretching. I said to myself, "This small work is good. It helps me feel better." In the afternoon, I sat in the garden. The sun was warm, but not too hot. I took off my shoes and placed my feet on the grass. The ground was soft and cool. I could feel the earth holding me. I moved my legs slowly and breathed deeply. My knees felt happy. I sat for a while, just listening to the sounds around me. Birds, the wind, and children laughing in the distance. I said quietly, "This is healing. This is peace." My friend Rosa came to visit. She brought fresh fruit and a smile. "Hi, Anna," she said. "How are the knees today?" "They're okay," I said. "A bit stiff this morning, but better now." She nodded. "Mine too. Let's stretch a little together." So we sat side by side and did our slow stretches. We laughed when we couldn't reach our toes. We smiled when we felt our legs loosen. "It feels good," Rosa said. "I'm glad we do this." "Me too," I said. "It's our little healing time." After stretching, we ate fruit and talked about life. We shared ideas for staying healthy. Drink warm water in the morning. Move your body every day, even if slowly. Sit in the sun sometimes. Sleep well. Stay happy. We both agreed. Happiness helps the body feel better. In the evening, I felt a little tired. I rested with a warm blanket and soft music. I lit a small candle and closed my eyes. I thanked my body for all it had done today. I whispered, "Thank you, knees, for helping me walk and move." The teacher was kind. She said, "Listen to your body. If something feels too hard, stop. If it feels good, keep going." We moved slowly, stretching, breathing, and standing with care. I felt safe. My knees moved better by the end of the class. After class, we all sat and talked. One woman said, "I thought I was the only one with stiff knees." Another said, "Me too, but now I see we can help each other." We smiled and shared tips. I felt part of something kind and strong. Later that week, I visited the library. I found a book about joints and how to keep them healthy. The book said, "Move every day. Eat healthy food. Stay at a good weight. Don't sit too long. Use heat if needed." I nodded as I read. I was already doing many of these things. I felt proud. At home, I made a big bowl of vegetable soup. I added carrots, sweet potatoes, ginger, and garlic. These foods are good for the joints. I also drank green tea. My body felt warm and cared for. That night I wrote again in my notebook, "My knees are not weak. They are strong in a quiet way. They carry me through each day. I will keep moving gently." Now, each day feels like a gift. I may have stiff knees, but I have a full life. I walk, stretch, laugh, eat well, and share my journey with others. My knees teach me something important. Go slow, stay soft, and live with love. Even when things feel tight, I remind myself, this is not the end. This is just another way to grow stronger.